Alrighty, you guys. As my little GIF, is it GIF or GIF? You guys let me know. Well, as my GIF or GIF says, let's get ready to rumble. Actually, it doesn't say that. It says let's get going. But same idea. I'm super excited. I'm going to be doing my math lesson today through the iPad. So instead of you guys actually seeing me, you're just going to hear me and follow along. Because we are doing math ready pages and there's so many visuals, I thought it would be better this way. I'm going to do the first couple pages with you, and then when you get down to the green pages, you're going to do those on your own. Please make sure that you have your name, your date, and your number on your paper. All right, let's get started. It says, what is the coordinate plane? In the past, you have used a number line to represent a single quantity. If you remember me teaching you about quantity, the N in quantity always helped me remember that it stood for numbers. So quantity is a number. So it says that a number line can be vertical or horizontal. When a horizontal number line and a vertical number line are lined up so that the zeros meet, a coordinate plane is formed. So again, vertical means to go up and down, horizontal means to go side to side, and when those two meet at the, you guessed it, the OG, our origin, that's how we can finally call this a coordinate plane. It says, but think, how do we distinguish between two number lines? A coordinate plane is made up of two perpendicular number lines. Remember, perpendicular lines are lines that meet, they intersect, and they also form right angles. So this is like the perfect perpendicular line. The number lines meet at zeros. The point is labeled with the letter O for origin, aka the OG. He's kind of a big deal. He's like our little celeb. Alrighty, the horizontal number line is called the x-axis. The vertical number line is called the y-axis. The point where the x and the y-axis meet is called the origin, aka the OG. So remember, going along horizontal is our x-axis, and our y kind of goes in that up and down direction, the arm of the y. So that's something that always helps me remember. Circle all of the numbers on the x-axis and then box all the numbers on the y-axis. All right, let me get rid of that and we can do our active reading. Okay, circling on the x, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boxing all the numbers on the y. Oh, that was a weird box. All right, you guys definitely get the idea. All right, moving right along. It says think. How can you locate points on a coordinate plane? An ordered pair is a pair of numbers that describes the location of a point in the coordinate plane. The first number is called the x-coordinate, and the second number is called the y-coordinate. So remember, in our ordered pairs, the x always comes before the y. Something that can help you remember that is your ABCs. If you were to sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And yes, I'm sure you appreciated my singing. Let's hear from this chica. She says an ordered pair is a pair of coordinates that always appears in the same order. First X, then the Y. And they give you an example of 4, 3 because the 4 comes before the 3. When we do our ordered pairs, we start at the OG. We're going to crawl before we stand. And in this case, she crawled 4. She moved 4 units to the right. And she stood up 3 units. Alrighty. Moving right along. It says the x-coordinate tells the distance from the origin along the x-axis. And the y-coordinate tells the distance from the origin along the y-axis. The origin is the point where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. Since the origin is 0 units along the x-axis and it's 0 units along the y-axis, its location is at 0, 0. Here's some terms and some definitions to help you guys out. Remember, you can always refer back to this video and pause it or rewind it if you need help when you are doing your independent practice. But it says the coordinate plane is a space formed by two perpendicular lines called axis. So if here's one axis and here's another axis, together they're called axes, actually. There's our OG, but that in its entirety is a coordinate plane. The x-axis is the horizontal number line along the coordinate plane. That is our x. And the y-axis is the vertical number in the coordinate plane. So that's going up and down. It's our y. And the OG is the point 0, 0, where the x-axis and the y-axis intersects. And I already got him good. I got him all bright now. And an ordered pair. An ordered pair is a pair of coordinates that describes the location of the point in that coordinate plane. And as we read earlier, the x and the y coordinates, the x goes first in our ordered pair, and then the y goes second in our ordered pair. All right, time to reflect. Think about how you've heard the word origin used outside of math. Why do you think the point 0, 0 is called the origin? Well, to me, when I just hear it, but let alone see the word origin, I always think of the word original. Also, upon reading, especially a lot in social studies, we read a lot, or in science too, where species have originated. And originated is where they all began, where it started. And if it's the original of something, it has to start somewhere. That's where it started. So I'll kind of write that word too, originates. So, why do you think the point 0, 0 is called the origin? Well, the origin is the place where two number lines start. So we're going to say the place where two number lines start. And again, what are our two number lines? Our two number lines are our vertical and our horizontal, our x and our y axes. All right, sliding up. We are almost done, and then you guys are going to fly solo here. It says, ordered pairs represent the location of points on a coordinate plane. The ordered pair for the origin is 0, 0. So, boom, that guy right there. It says, locate D in the coordinate plane above. Start at the OG, aka the origin. And how many units do you move along the x-axis to be lined up under point D? Well, if we start at our OG and we move to get under D, because here's D up there, we just moved 2 spaces to the right. So write this as the first number in the ordered pair. All right, our 2. Now let's finish off our ordered pair because it says the second number in the ordered pair is the y-coordinate. Start at the OG, and how many movements do you move along the y-axis to be lined up with point D? So if we start at the OG and we want to be lined up with D, we moved up 3 units. So that's going to be the second number in our ordered pair. And now it wants us to locate point A in the ordered plane above. Start at the OG, the origin. How many units did you move along the x-axis to be on point A? So if we start, maybe I'll do this to you guys see a little better. We are trying to get to A. So from the OG, we are going to move and we're going to crawl just 1. We moved 1 space. And then it says, start at the OG. How many units, oops, wrong one. How many units do you move along the y-axis to be lined up across from point A? Well, we're not moving at all because it's on the x-axis. So we are literally going to put 0. And our ordered pair for point A is 1, 0. All right, moving right along. I will clear this so we can make some fresh marks. We need to locate point B on the coordinate plane and then identify our ordered pairs. So here is B. If we start at the OG, we're going to crawl. We're not crawling at all. We're going to crawl 0 and we're going to stand up 1, which makes our ordered pair 0, 1. All right. Clearing the board. Moving to the next one. Locate point C in the coordinate plane above. Identify the ordered pair for point C. I'll highlight point Z. Point C, we're going to start at the OG. I'm like rapping over here. We're going to crawl 1. We're going to stand 1, and that makes our ordered pair 1, 1. Ooh, I like that one. All right, last one on this page. It says, how did you determine the coordinates of C and D? Well, if you were to explain the coordinates to anybody, you would tell them that you need to start at the OG, or origin, and that you were going to count along the x-axis and move to the right, and then move up and down and count the units on the y-axis. So, let's put that into words. We're going to start at 0, 0, which we know in our hearts is called the OG, but we're just going to write the origin because we're going to be mathematicians. And we are going to move right and count the units. And move up and count the units. I think something that would make this even stronger is if we said count units on the x-axis. Maybe I'll put that in like a different color so you guys know. When we move to the right. And then whenever we move up, let's not use the same color. I like blue. And then that would be along the y-axis whenever we would move up. Alrighty guys, last page with me, and you guys are going to be masters and feeling super good and confident. Let's change this back to red. Alrighty, it says use the coordinate plane from the previous page. Now you will describe the points as movements from the origin. Okay, so we really need to focus on the movement. It says place your finger on the origin. Move right and then move up to point D. Use words to describe how far to the right and how far up point D is from 0, 0. Okay, so let's go back. Let's kind of clear this page. We are focusing on letter D. So if we start at the OG, how many times are we moving to the right? Because we are focusing about movement. 1, 2. Okay, so 2 times to the right, and 1, 2, 3 times 3 units going up. So we just need to put exactly how we talk into words. So we're going to say point D. Sounds like pointy. Point D is 2 units to the right and 3 units up from the origin. I kind of put just origin. And again, I am so sorry about the handwriting. I will get a stylus so that my chunky fingers aren't getting in the way. All right, how is the location of point D related to the ordered pair 2, 3? Well, you might just be thinking to yourself, Ms. Kajawa, isn't that the same thing as the last question? It's very similar. Pretty much, by saying moving 2 units to the right and 3 units up from the origin, that's the same as 2, 3. Whenever we see 2, 3, that means move 2 units to the right and 3 units up. So we will say 2, 3 is the same, we'll say movements, and then I'll just put like an arrow because it is a little redundant. It's the same thing. Alrighty. Number 9, start at 0, 0, aka the OG. Move to point A. How is your move related to the ordered pairs 1, 0? All right, so let's kind of go back up here. They want us to focus on A, 1, 0. All right, so that's very similar to the last question. That's like someone saying, describe in words how you would find A. Where would you start? How much would you move to the right? How many units are you moving up? So we're going to put that into words. We are going to say, according to the ordered pair, 1, 0, start at the origin and move 1 unit right and 0 units up. So I feel like a lot of times when I ask you guys in class, you guys like verbally tell me like exactly what to do. And then on the test, I think you guys get kind of in your heads thinking, oh, I got to come up with something fancy. So just respond as if you were answering a question for Miss Kajawa. So you guys are super smart. Trust your gut. All right, just a few more. It says, describe how you would move from the origin to point 0, 1. Move right blank units. Okay, well, if we're doing 0, 1, we would start the OG, and we would crawl, in this case, literally 0 units, and then move blank units. So we'd crawl 0, and we'd move up 1 unit. And that's how we get 0, 1. Okay, easy enough. What letter represents this point in our coordinate plane? All right, let's scroll back up here. We're looking for 0, 1. Let's start at the OG, 0, 1 gets us to letter B. So that's what we are going to write on our line. Okay. Next one says the ordered pair 1, 1 tells you to start the origin and then move to the right 1 unit and then move up 1 unit. What letter names this point on the coordinate plane? All right, again, 1, 1. See what we're doing here. Starting at the OG, moving over 1, standing up 1. Ooh, that gets us to coordinate point C, to letter C. Ooh, we get to plot our own now. Plot at 3, 2 and label it E. All right, 3, 2. Don't forget, we're going to start at the OG. Okay, we're going to crawl 3. We're going to stand 2, and that is our E. Love it so much. I don't know if I could make a black dot. Whoa, that's kind of big. Oh, maybe that one. Oh, that's red. Look at that. We are so official. You guys, Miss Kajawa is really stepping her game up right now. Alrighty. Last but not least, it says, work with a group. Yeah, okay. We are in social distancing. Okay, ready, book? This is your group. Okay. Complete the table for each point on the coordinate plane. Okay, they gave us A, which was 1, 1. Let's scroll back up and see what we got for B. Or actually, let's just look. I'll use an arrow. B is right here. B is the same thing. Let me make it not as thick. Is the same as 0, 1. So we're going to put a 0 and we're going to put a 1. Awesome. We're using our resources. Let's see where, I'm going to delete the whole thing. Let's see where C is on this page. So C is right here, and we found for that one it was 1, 1. So we'll put 1, 1. Awesome. All right, D. D is also on this page. And again, we could totally come up here and look at our coordinate plane. But I figured it's up here, so we might as well use our resources. Okay, D is all the way right there, and that was 2, 3. Awesome. Now the table gives us the location of point F. Okay, this one we are going to have to go to our coordinate plane, and we're going to plot and label F, which is 4, 0. So we're going to scroll up here. We're going to start at the OG. We're going to crawl 4. We're going to stand 0. Let's make this a little thicker. And that is going to be our F. You guys, I'm so proud of myself right now. Okie dokie. I have been waiting so long to get to this GIF, there I go again, because now it is your turn. You guys are going to complete, I think it's a total of 4 questions. We'll take a little picture walk and check it out, but you're going to do these green guided practice pages on your own and submit them. So you have 15, 16, 17, and 18. I put a little star here because you may or may not have a little Quizlet coming up. Nothing crazy, just a couple of questions. And I'm thinking this question in particular might be especially helpful. So if you know what I mean, take oh my goodness, pay close attention to that last one. And again, we will go over it if you guys have any questions. All right. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It is your turn. Go get some work done. See you guys on Zoom. Bye.